While there have been many bills passed that have to do with security and the acquisition of data, the bill which stuck out as being the most highly influential was a bill known as H.R. 624, Cyber Intelligence Sharing Protection Act, or CISPA.
I, Mike J. Rogers, Republican representative of Arizona, have decided that this bill shall carry forth as such. Cyber Intelligence Sharing and Protection Act directs the federal government to conduct cybersecurity activities to provide shared situational awareness, enabling integrated operational actions to protect, prevent, mitigate, respond to, and recover from cyber incidents.
Furthermore, it is important to note that shared situational awareness is defined as an environment where cyber threat information is shared in real time between all designated federal cyber operations centers to provide actionable information about all known cyber threats.
Is no one else seeing the big picture here? If we begin to gather data on people that aren't directly violating the law, aren't we doing our constituents a disservice? I understand the need for security, but at what point do we simply slap a tag on the United States and call it Oceania or North Korea?
Oceania?
Like Australia?
1984? Seriously? You guys have never read it?
Well, either way, we're not concerned with spying on citizens for their information. This bill specifically prohibits the federal government from using certain personally identifiable information shared from sensitive personal documents, such as library records, firearms sales records, educational records, tax returns, and medical records. It requires a federal agency receiving information that is not cyber threat to ask for permission before using the information, and it prohibits federal agencies from retaining shared information for any authorized use.
Well, as long as I think there are rules and regulations being put in place in order to protect the people, then I don't think I can oppose this anymore. Let's take it to a vote and have President Obama sign it into law. A few years later, Congress and President Obama wanted to enact more stringent laws around the collection of online data for the safety of all Americans.
We're going to be introducing new legislation, a Consumer Privacy Bill of Rights. Working with many of you from the private sector and advocacy groups, we've identified some basic principles to both protect personal privacy and ensure that industry can keep innovating. For example, we believe that consumers have the right to decide what personal data companies collect from them and how companies use that data, that information. The right to know that your personal information collected for one purpose can't then be misused by a company for a different purpose. The right to have your information stored securely by companies that are accountable for its use. We believe that there ought to be some basic baseline protections across industries. So we're going to be introducing this legislation by the end of next month. And I hope Congress joins us to make the Consumer Privacy Bill of Rights the law of the land.
Internet service providers were not thrilled with the implementation of the Internet Privacy Bill. They wanted it to be revoked. And with a new incoming president, now was a chance.
So it appears as though we have a new man in charge of our country. I think it's time to revoke the Internet Privacy Bill. It's putting too many unnecessary restrictions on us, and it's not letting us do our job effectively.
Well, there's only one way to effectively influence the government without having an inside job.
Oh, I think I know what you mean. I'm on it. Whoa there, Senator McConnell. I didn't see you there. I'm from the Verizon ISP, and I've got a proposition for you.
How can I help you?
Let me tell you. Man, it really sucks that we had to pay Mitch McConnell $250,000 just for his vote.
We even had to pay John Dole $215,000.
I can't believe we had to pay 265 members of Congress. I think we totaled right around a couple $1 million. Let's just hope that this works.
Well, it appears that it is now time to vote on whether or not we should repeal the one and only act that ensures the security and privacy of the people on the internet. And since we got all this money from those ISPs, I think we all need to vote fairly and constitutionally. When you have voted, please turn your votes to me.
Here's the vote, Senator.
Well, the Congress, in a majority vote, has voted to repeal the Internet Privacy Act with a 220 to 215 majority. The bill will now be passed to President Trump to be signed. Back in 2016, President Obama enacted the Internet Privacy Bill, which was the strongest privacy bill to date. It prevented the ISPs, such as Verizon and Comcast, from snooping on your internet history. The privacy bill has protected interests of the American people and has showed that data exploitation is not fair by any stretch. In short, the bill restricted the ISP companies. The privacy bill was seen as a saving grace for many Americans, but little do you know the situation has changed. The regulations, if they had gone into effect, would have prohibited internet service providers from selling information about your online activities to advertisers. But yesterday, the House of Representatives blocked the move. Companion legislation has already passed the Senate, and President Donald Trump is expected to sign the bill. Live from Washington, D.C., this is Belliot Aronsko.
Now that the bill has been passed in Congress, the last step to it becoming law is the approval of President Donald Trump.
So President Trump, we would like to inform you that we have a new bill that was recently passed in Congress. All that's needed to make it law is for you to sign it.
Let me see it. So what's this about?
So basically, we felt that the legislation passed under President Obama that restricted the freedom of ISP companies was far too stringent. The proper response is to dial back the restrictions that the FCC placed on ISPs and their ability to access people's internet history.
So what are these limitations that you're proposing to repeal?
So what we felt was most important was giving internet service providers like Comcast and AT&T more freedom when it comes to deciding what to do with the information of the customers.
So what would they be able to do with this information?
If you sign the bill, the ISPs would now have a monopoly on information. They could sell internet history to the highest bidder.
And what are the implications of this being allowed?
One of the major effects of the repeal is digital redlining. In layman's terms, the ISPs sell information that others can use to sell harmful products and portray a person in any light they want. In addition, you signing would pass a bill that no one but the telecom industry would enjoy, because internet privacy would be a luxury.
Deal. That sounds like a plan. I want to repeal the internet privacy bill.
Finally, you would be setting a trend for consumer production in that broadband providers would have the widest look into Americans' online habits, and that without the rules, the companies would have more power to collect data on people and sell sensitive information.
It is about time that we release the chains on the telecom carriers and let them do their job.
Since many of you may not be worried or scared about your data being put into the hands of those other than yourself, we have planned several scenarios that could affect your life should we remain complacent and not change our fate. Maybe not now, but down the line, the long-term consequences will be too large to change.
Come in.
Hi, what is this about?
Yeah, I'd like to have a few words with you. Sit down. Well, I'm here because unfortunately you were selected at random for an internet history check. And due to recent developments regarding legislation, we cannot serve students that do not abide by online rules and regulations, and that you have not been abiding in the rules. After the semester, we cannot house you, and you will not be able to attend our campus anymore.
Wait, no, this must have been a mistake. Surely this is just a mix-up. Can I be let off the hook with a warning?
Unfortunately, no. I'm afraid you have to come with me, and you must use only school-approved computers for your needs from now on.
Hello, I'm here for the job interview for a software engineer. I have a master's degree from Stanford University as well as multiple references from other companies. You can see it on my resume here.
Okay. Oh, well, you're perfect for our position here at Microsoft. You've gone through our interview process, and we're looking to hire you for a starting rate of $75 an hour. How does that sound?
Sure, I'd love that. When can I start?
As soon as you're available. Oh, wait, what's this?
What?
Well, since President Trump repealed the restrictions from the Internet Privacy Bill, Microsoft now purchases the data of its prospective employees to ensure that they are law-abiding citizens and that are supremely interested in employment in Microsoft.
And?
It says here that you've been looking into similar job positions at Google and Apple. I'm sorry, but we cannot hire you. Microsoft is looking for people that are dedicated to working here and here alone. We wish you the best of luck at your other companies.
I'm sure there must have been a mistake. Isn't there something that you can do?
There is no mistake. We have your search history. I'm sorry.
Hello, is this City of Art Insurance? I'd like to get a quote from your company. I filed out my form online, and I was given an estimate that I'll be paying a $300 deductible and $85.15 co-insurance.
Yes, absolutely. I can verify all that information for you, and then get you signed up to switch. Can I please have you verify your SSN, your name, your birthday, and your medical record number?
Okay, sure. It's currently being sent by email.
Okay, we have you registered in our system, but our system is telling us that you're an extreme threat level client.
What does that mean?
Due to your recent searches of What is this spot near my arm? Symptoms of cancer? And cost of chemotherapy. Our agency is signaling to us that if we were to take you on as a new client, it would cost us much more to serve you than we would like to. If you would still like to switch, your deductible will be increased to $3,000 and a 40/60 coinsurance.
What? That's crazy. I just left a plan similar to that, and the internet told me it would be a much better rate here.
Well, I'm sorry, but new information has come up, so you have to either take it or leave it.
Okay, fine. I'll take it.